I have to say this. I'm absolutely shocked. That actress, what's her name? She's come out as if Yaya is the
whack job, Swara Bhaskar. She's
calls
a man who ordered the raping and killing
1,400 people, babies, microwave. She's saying
based on what he was. And mind you, if you look at the video, him, his kids, and his Birkin bag carrying wife spent the entire year hidden on the tunnels.
Right.
Supposedly not Birkin.
There were no tunnels for the ordinary people of Gaza. In the entire 600 public pages of planning for Gaza, there is literally one sentence about the suffering of people when they were actually factoring that in purely to say they'll have to suffer. That's it. But his own family ke liye different rules. He got snuffed out of the ground based on the fact that the Israelis detected his wet wipes, the snot on his wet pipes. They detected his DNA on it. He was smoked out of the ground. He was hiding like a sewer rat. And finally, when he knows there is nothing left, after having his own people killed and everything, then his act of heroism is उसने डंडा फेंका ड्रोन पे.
हाँ.
ये देखो ये जो बॉलीवुडिया लोग होते हैं पता है उनके IQ बहुत कम
होते हैं.
No,
that is really
sorry.
No, but it's the truth.
The bag his wife
I'm
had?
sorry.
Did you see the Birkin? The Birkin, his wife.
While
the poorest people in
Birkin ही notice करते हैं ये लोग.
तो
I
just wanted to know, did the Birkin blow up or not blow up?
No, it didn't. The wife and the kids are fine. But you know,
can we read this thing?
Yeah,
I'm shocked out of it. It's 4,000 retweets.
Somebody read it out.
Why are we giving it publicity, yeah?
But anyway. We're talking about
because I didn't know about this.
Okay, so read it out. Abhijit, you're the closest to this.
I didn't know anything about Yahya Sinwar till I saw the footage of his last moments and assassination by the Zionist state. And now I think he's a revolutionary hero. Listen to his will, his last words, and tell me you are unmoved. Free Palestine. I think the only
it got
thing that
4.5 retweets, 4.5 thousand retweets.
If she didn't know anything about Yahya Sinwar, it smacks of astounding ignorance.
Yeah. Bollywoodiya hai, washed out career.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Okay.
No, but I don't like this idea of just saying, okay, brain dead because Bollywood. No. She knows exactly what she's doing.
No,
she's getting engagement.
She had never heard about Yahya Sinwar.
No, she knows what she's doing. I'm not saying
I think there's virtue signaling.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Her constituency now.
How can you not know about it? When you're talking about Gaza, you're talking about the conflict in the Middle East or the current conflict. How can you say I don't know about Yahya Sinwar when he's the guy they are being hunted?
You think all the eyes on Rafah, you think any of those morons had any idea?
This exemplifies when they say Pragya Thakur ko jail mein dalo because she said something about in support of Nathuram Godse and all. Here is a guy who cold-blooded committed murder of 1,400 innocents, microwave babies, planned the whole thing. And saying, he's a revolutionary hero.
Forget about what he did with the Israelis. Okay?
Exactly.
What he did to the Palestinians themselves. Yeah. How come that does not figure into it? So it is that if you kill a Muslim, that's perfectly kosher, it's halal. But if somebody else comes and fights against them, then he becomes what? A revolutionary hero.
और इनको समझ में नहीं आता कि ये पूरा जो human shields बना के रखते हैं, as you were saying, all the hospitals, the tunnels are under.
Leave aside the human shields. Let us just discuss his interrogations of any Palestinian he suspected.
Yes,
they
that's
had no
what
proof.
Torture.
Yeah.
They plucked out he personally
would pluck out
their fingernails.
Yeah.
Cracked their rib bones inside their ribs, plucked out their eyes.
Yeah.
To the
this
point,
is eyewitness account.
And
he himself talks about it.
He talks about it. He's interviews.
Okay.
And at one point, this guy was so bad. You know, torture is the most unreliable method of getting intel or anything out of anyone. Okay.
Because you'll say the truth to escape.
You'll say whatever they want.
So you know, at the end, he said, this guy, he finally admitted to it. Admitted to it how? He said, thank you for doing this. I really deserved it. Right. Does this sound to you like intel coming out, or is this man was a sick sadist? And pata nahi kya hai. I mean, I can't even call her whatever because that will be an insult to whatever. But calls herself a feminist. लानत है इन जैसे लोगों पे.
But
तुम तो लानत के भी लायक नहीं हो.
I'm disappointed.
When this guy was in jail, he considered then himself an expert on Israel because he would study in all those books in jail. So that's how he became this so-called legend, because he considered himself an expert on Israel. Now, unlike the other Hamas leaders who lived mostly in Qatar, this guy lived obviously in Palestine. He was the one against the peace deal. So Hamas also tried to modify and then finally was accepting not violence. Though that hadn't come into their charter, they were sort of negotiating it. By starting the 7th October conflict, who he's singularly responsible for, he has not only let, as you said, the Israelis down or killed them, he's killed his own people. Look at what's happening at Gaza. Innocent people, innocent kids today are dying, and he's responsible for that. While his wife, and I again repeat, was roaming around with a Birkin. That is unacceptable by the poor people. What are we talking about? There's a problem in Gaza. They don't have food, they don't have medicine. Imagine the common kids in Palestine who don't have any basic necessities, and his wife has a Birkin. How is that acceptable?
was the case in Gaza even before the conflict started. The Hamas guys lived it up. They had everything going for them. They had a state to themselves, and everybody else was eking out in existence.
And they killed the Al Fatah group.
Obviously.
Which was not
that the Al Fatah
was
is
the
any
best.
better.
Yeah,
But
but they killed
people need to dig up those videos of when the split happened in 2006.
Yeah, and how they killed each
and
other.
see how they killed the Fatah faction folks. They were necklacing them, putting bicycle tires around their neck and setting it on fire. That's the worst way to die, because the fire doesn't kill you because it's around your neck. The rubber melts, it sticks to your body, and it slowly roasts you. It's a horrible, horrible way to die.
But
and the Gazans elected them democratically.
No,
after that.
no, at the gunpoint. So they didn't win in all of Gaza.
Yeah,
That's also,
but-
Hamas doesn't win all of Gaza. They win some areas in Gaza. They
No,
don't
but
win
they
all,
won
but they
a-
won on the gun. But they went on the gun.
Not really,
come on.
because it was under Fatah at that point.
Which
and
obviously
then
was a weakened thing, and the weapons came in from allegedly Qatar and Iran. But
No, they
Netanyahu
became-
kept his eyes shut on that.
Click here to watch the full episode.